Hello everyone, my name is Nicoya, and this is the Stanley Parable, and if you can't tell, I'm playing the Stanley Parable, and if you can't also tell, this is the DX story thing in the top right, which I don't think is showing up on the main video, but yeah, that's actually kind of cute. So this game is a little bit different. I have gathered, I guess. I haven't actually played it myself, but I'm going to now. So let's get started. Tra-la-la-la-la. Loading screens. I love loading screens. Come on, man. Drag it over. Drag it over. Go, go, go. Actually, I'm not sure if I enabled cursors recording on this, so if you see my cursor waggling around, I did the right thing and didn't forget to not do that. I hope the cursor doesn't need to be showing. Click to skip.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Tempting.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push,
Go sir, bro.
to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Dun dun
He
dun.
had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Well, that's very
Never
unfortunate.
in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
Oh my god, he's
Shocked,
using a Mac too.
frozen solid,
That's awesome.
Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses,
Oh,
he
I'm
got
in
up
control.
from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Excuse me, you can't tell me what to do. I will do exactly what I want. Can I do something with that? Can I sharpen pencils? That would be awesome. Can I do actually anything? Can't actually interact. I think E is interact. It might not be. I can't jump, that's for sure. 428. I guess click is interact. That makes sense. 429.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm sorry. I do believe I said that you're not my real mom. You can't tell me what to do.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yes, I am.
5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort.
Really?
Measly 5 clicks.
Yes, 5
Now,
clicks.
suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
You're going to make me jump through those hoops. I'm going to jump through those hoops.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly.
Okay, 50 clicks? Really? Really 50? I may come back for this one. So one of the achievements is actually to play the game for an entire Tuesday. I'm not going to upload that video to YouTube. I'm going... Screw this. I'll come back for that one. Can I do anything here? Who farted? Oh god, really? Hey, that one's got stuff on the screen. Yay! Still can't jump. Alright, so let's go move on here. Lol. Let me in. I want to take the green stuff. Can I really not open any of these doors? Ooh, that's not a very nice corridor. It's kind of hideous. I hate... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, focus, focus. It's not Garfield, it's... Really? No doors.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What did I tell you about you not being my real mom, Mr. Narrator? It is tempting, though. I mean, I do like lefts. I'm a very sinister person. Sinister, of course, being Latin for left-handed. But I feel like... See, which would be the road less traveled? Because they are identical in every way. Now, if you actually analyze that poem, it has nothing to do with being inspirational. Kind of funny when you think about it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yeah, I might do that. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. I couldn't read. Who flipped that before I could read it? Excuse me? Jesus. This is a beautiful... Oh, I thought that was a donut box. This is just beautifully in office. Ooh, broom closet. Hello. Hello,
Stanley
hello.
stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
This isn't nothing. This is all kinds of useful stuff. There's tape and pliers and a mop bucket and
nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow.
I tell you what.
Empty broom closet.
Weekend
No
in
reason to
Vegas
still be
with these
here.
wire clippers. Yeah, that's the way to go. The hose. Oh yeah, I tell you.
Baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Come on, man. There is so many things in this room that I...
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Yes.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because I believe that these things should be interactable. That's why I'm in here. No, they ain't, so screw you. Go away. So yeah, this is...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So there are many choices in this game, and I remember from other Let's Plays that you can get the narrator kind of pissed at you. And I feel like I'm going to do that for this playthrough. Probably do another playthrough. Ooh,
But
hello.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
Ooh,
And in
nice
such a
little texture
competitive
glitch there.
economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something
Dude, I'm
occurred
just coming to the
Stanley.
photocopier,
Maybe,
man.
he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Yay.
Were my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all?
This is
None of it made any logical sense.
slightly confusing.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Good
Why
question.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
Wasn't there a photocopier here last
He
time?
came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
That's where the photocopier
This
was.
is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Yay.
He thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Hells yeah.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Hello.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
Yay!
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
I'd kind of like to know that.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley
Sounds
is
good
as
to me.
awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Okay.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Well, that didn't work.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
Oh,
Please,
Jesus.
just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
I'm not liking that red screen. That doesn't look
And
too good.
everything went black.
Oh, hello. Everything did go black.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
All right.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh dear.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
So, there you go. Oh dear, this looks friendly. Still can't use a phone. That's unfortunate. Oh, it was just looking at them side on and they weren't.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No.
Let's not do
Can't
that
just
again.
give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times.
Nope, not
I would
interested.
think that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope. Screw you.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Well, it is a pretty nice employee lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Ah, delightful. So yes, there's an achievement that you can't jump.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yep, absolutely. There's an achievement that you can't jump. I'm not sure how to trigger it, because I've been trying to jump with, like, the spacebar, but it doesn't actually...
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Oh my god, this game. Okay, fine. I'll move.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Yep, sure did.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Do not lie if you're lying right now. Stop. Good advice. Warning. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift 5,000. Ooh. Tempting.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Yeah, that is a
There's
pretty
someone you've
badass
been
shelving
neglecting,
system.
Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Ooh,
I'm
I should try
not
jumping
asking
down
for
there
me,
when it plays.
asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Well, that's slightly creepy. Ooh, that's a very dark door. Hello.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I don't know. That's not a very well textured phone. I mean, I have certain quality standards, and it's like the red light's not even blinking in the center. It's supposed to be blinking in the center, me going boop, 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 like I'm Batman. Although, also, why is it plugged into like a 120 volt outlet? That sounds kind of scary. Well, can't leave, so guess I gotta pick it up. Gosh. Hello then.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something.
Why
Come
am I slowly...
inside.
Oh,
Let
probably
me show you what's really
glitched
going
through the...
on here.
There we go. Hello.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh dear. Press E on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press U. What does U even do? I don't even know. Can't go out, know that much. In fact, I can't even walk this way. Come on, guys, really? Well.
Look at him
Ooh,
there,
hello.
pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
There's no
One
need to
might
be
even
a
feel
dick
sorry
about
for him,
it.
except that he's chosen this life.
Gosh. Fine.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Yay! I am boring. Ooh, watch TV. I'll totally do that.
And so he began to
really?
fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press E to spend time with the boys. Can I press J again? I really want to watch TV. No, that doesn't work.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
B to prepare dinner. Alright, let's prepare dinner. Hello, plastic wife. B.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he
files
began to
for
fill it
dinner
with many
again.
possible paths and destinations.
Delicious.
Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
There are no kids here. Also, that floor is pretty crap.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press 3 to tell your wife you love her. Okay. What if a keypad 3 works too? No, it does not.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
You know, I'm not sure if this is saying something that my wife teleported, transmutated, whatever into a computer. Kinda maybe saying something about the players of this game. I'm not sure. It's a commentary.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
So, let's see who has more patience, the computer or me. Somehow, I think this is going to be a long video. Uh-huh. I may fast forward this part. Alright, well that's 5 real world minutes that I'll never get back, so let's press 6.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press 8 to question nothing. Well, you know, you could give me a mirror. That would help. Then I could see myself. Can I, like, can't open the door. Really can't interact with anything, can I? Nope. So, let's just be unquestioning.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Well then. That was interesting. So, the Stanley Parable is kinda like this. Kinda like this. This is a different room I'm in. The hallway is different, isn't it? This game confuses me a little. Anyways, I'm going to cut that here. And yeah, I mean, that's something. I want to see if there's an option to enable jump. Because there's a thing in there that's like edit keys. No. Forward, back, left, right, duck is guitar. Use mouse 1. Take screenshot F5. Pause games. Pause. Which is interesting because I use pause for recording. So I should probably change that. Console, turn left, turn right, look up, look down, strafe, keyboard look modifier. Probably have to open up the console and like try and set it myself. Anyways. This game's available on Steam, sometimes on sale, sometimes not. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Remind you to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.